What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, going back to Guns N' Roses. Yes, indeed. Guns N' Roses fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bobbity bop, do me a favor before you do all that stuff. Please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from MAT, and this is actually MAT's prioritized request for the month of May for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, MAT. Hope you enjoy the show. MAT wanted to see me react to this. It is Guns N' Roses with a tune entitled This I Love. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, oh, wait a second. Yeah, I recognize this song. I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Guns N' Roses, well, no surprise there. And the video has 17 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. A link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. This I love. That's all I got. I got some artwork here. Guns N' Roses spray painted in the background. Got it here too. Chinese Democracy. I've heard of that album, but I never bought it. I hope we're in the right spot. Look, if we're not in the right spot, don't blame me. Blame MAT. He's the one who gave me this link. So, well, I guess hopefully we're in the right spot. I guess we'll find out. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Good swell in.
Now I don't know
Ah.
why she wouldn't say goodbye, but then it seems that I had seen it in her eyes. Though it might not be wise, I'd still have to try with all the love I have inside. I can't deny, I just can't let it die, 'cause her heart's just like mine. She holds a pain inside. So if you ask me why she wouldn't say goodbye, I know somewhere inside there is a special light still shining bright, and even on the darkest night
I
got a bad feeling about this.
Okay, listen. I'm going to give credit where credit's due. Okay, I absolutely will. Looking at the song and looking at what we've heard so far from an objective point of view, are they doing anything wrong? No, they're not doing anything wrong whatsoever. Everything sounds good. Everything sounds smooth across the board. Some nice usage of dynamics. I like that swell in into the instantaneous drop down to just purely piano and vocal. I thought that was really smart. Lured the listener into a false sense of security. I like that. I think the arrangement, if I'm being honest, I think the arrangement is more impressive than the songwriting. The songwriting's good. Don't get me wrong. It's good. It's solid. Everything makes sense. But the arrangement, knowing when to insert voicings, knowing when to pull voicings out, knowing the levels that the voicings need to be at. You know, where do the horns stand in the dynamic range? Where do the strings stand in the dynamic range? Where are we going to add the woodwinds? We're going to add them right here. And where's their dynamic level going to be at? You know, this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about arranging, not the chordal progression. That's songwriting. Arranging is where you're going to have the voices, where you're going to have them enter, when you're going to have them enter, how you're going to have them enter. That's arrangement. Okay. And the arranging, I got to say, is nice. The utilization of those orchestrational voices, the strings, the woodwinds, the brass, the usage of the piano. Absolutely. I got absolutely no issue with anything we're hearing from an instrumental standpoint whatsoever, from an objective standpoint. Now, personally, it's not really my cup of tea. Really isn't. I think I heard the guitar kick in. I feel like it's going to turn up a little bit. I'm really hoping it's going to turn up a little bit. It's a pretty piece. Yes, absolutely. It's a very pretty piece. And again, I'll give all the credit where credit's due. Songwriting, arranging, everything makes sense. Okay. Vocally, I've never really been the biggest fan of Axl Rose's vocal style. His tone, I've never really been a big fan of it. It's extremely nasally. And the higher up he goes in range, the more nasally it becomes. I get it. He's got an incredible range. Yes, I will absolutely give credit where credit's due. He has a very powerful voice. He's able to project very well. Yes, again, I will give credit where credit's due. But there's absolutely no denying that nasal tone. And the higher he goes and the stronger he goes, the more prominent it becomes. And it just becomes nails on a chalkboard for me. I am not a fan of his vocals. I'm really not. Having said that, taking his limitations into account, what he is singing with his style, it sounds good. Okay. He's hitting the right notes. He's singing in pitch. He's singing with power. Absolutely. Okay. I do like the sections where they double his voice. That adds a little extra oomph and it's being done strategically. It's not just being done whenever they feel like it. No, there's reasonings behind where they double and even redouble his vocals. So it sounds good. It makes sense. If you guys are fans of that style, of his tone, more power to you. I am not, but he's doing a fine job on the song. So I may not be personally enjoying this a whole lot, but I see the value. I do see the value of the song. So let's keep going here. Bring it down. Okay, good. That makes perfect sense. Bring it down right there.
Now I don't know why she wouldn't say goodbye. It just might be that I had seen it in her eyes. And now it seems that I gave up my ghost of pride. I'll never say goodbye.
Like flutes there, counter melody. Had to throw that in there. Yeah. Like I said, not my cup of tea. Not something I would ever listen to by choice. It's just not my jam. It's not my bag. It's not blowing my skirt up. Having said that, though, looking at the song objectively, well, you know what? No, I'm not going to say it. I'm going to hold off. I'm going to make you wait. I'm going to make you all wait. Build a little anticipation here. Let me get my thoughts together. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. And I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Guns N' Roses with This I Love. This was a request from MAT. And this was actually MAT's prioritized request for the month of May for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, MAT. Hope you enjoyed the show. I already said pretty much everything I needed to say during the course of the reaction. Listening through the rest of the song, my opinion of it really didn't change at all. So I'm just going to touch on some bullet points, try to keep this as short as we possibly can. No reason to beat a dead horse, I suppose. So let me start off with the score, and we'll go from there. On a scale of 1 to 10, I am going to give that, believe it or not, I'm going to give that a 7.7. Yep, 7.7. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, 7.7. What does that mean? Well, a 7.7 would translate to a really good skill rating. So overall, I think the song was actually a really good song. It would also translate to 4 out of 5 stars and a B+ letter grade. Yeah, B as in boy. Yeah, B+. Let that sink in. So there you go, 7.7, really good skill rating, 4 out of 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. Honestly, there were a couple of things that were really kind of selling me on this song. My opinion of the song did not change. Okay, I'm still not a fan of it. I really didn't enjoy this. I didn't sit here and go, oh my God, this is the greatest song I've ever heard. No. No. Not even close. But there were some really good things going for it. Primarily, looking at the songwriting, and more than the songwriting, the arrangement. The songwriting made perfect sense, okay? The chordal progressions made perfect sense. Melodic lines made perfect sense. Counter melodic lines made perfect sense. We're going to get to more of that in a second. The harmony sounded good. The instrumentation sounded just fine. The notational selection for each individual instrument sounded just fine. I have no problem with the songwriting at all. I think the songwriting was done really well, okay? But if I'm being honest, I was a little more impressed with the arrangement. When voices would come in, where they would come in, how they would come in, which voicings would be doing the individual jobs. I appreciated that a little bit more than the songwriting. Knowing when to have the French horns come in and swell in with their entrance to warm up the sound and fully envelop the sound behind the guitar solo. Smart move. Having the flutes come in with a counter melodic line to balance out with what Axl was singing. Smart move. knowing where to put them, and when to put them, how to put them in, and which notation. Well, that comes down to songwriting, is the notational selection. But knowing where and when and how to have them come in, smart move. I was very much appreciative of the arrangement, far more than I was the songwriting. I think the arrangement was, if I'm being honest, I think the arrangement was the strongest part of the entire song. I think this songwriting was really good. I think the arrangement was actually great. So I will absolutely stand on that hill. No problem whatsoever. As far as the instrumentation goes, the individual instrumentation, I have no issue with anything I heard. The guitar solos, I think, were really well done. I think the piano work was really well done. I'm assuming that was Axel playing the piano. I could be wrong, but I'm assuming it was him. Sounded just fine. The entire song, if you really look at the song as a whole, the entire song was a giant swoop. It started out here, and it gradually started to grow. Now, as we went further, the growth started to increase exponentially. So we ended up having this curve rather than a linear climb. It was a curvature. It hit the apex and it came right back down again, just like the beginning. I thought that was really smart, allowing the song to grow to an apex and then allowing it to come out well, it wasn't gradual. I mean, the drop was pretty severe and pretty sudden, but even then we still had a curvature out. Very much like a mirror reflection of what we had prior. We had that curvature coming up, hit the apex, curvature coming down, and then we, faded out. I thought that was smart. I thought that was really well done. I like the fact that they didn't put right in the middle, which is where most bands would do. Most bands would do that, right to the middle and coming out. So if it's a 4-minute song, it'll do it right at the 2-minute mark. And I'm sorry, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with predictability. There's nothing wrong with predictability at all. But when you have those things that, aren't predictable and they sound just as good, I like that. It kind of throws the listener for a loop a little bit. It's like, oh, we didn't do it there. We did it here instead. That was kind of nice. A nice little surprise. I know I probably trigger a lot of people with my comments about Axel's voices. And guys, I'm sorry. If I trigger you with that, I apologize. But at the same time, I'm not going to apologize for my opinion. I'm not a fan of his vocals. I'm just not. I fully acknowledge that what he's saying, from a technical standpoint, hitting the notes properly, hitting the pitches, he did that. Singing with power and projection, he did that. Dynamic play with his vocals, he did that. I'm just not a fan of that nasal tone. I know that's a signature of his. And in all honesty, in modern rock music, he's got one of the most identifiable vocal styles that you can. I mean, if you hear Axl Rose sing, you know that's Axl Rose. You know it is, because no one else sounds like him. I will absolutely give credit where credit's due. I'm just not a fan of it. I've never been a fan of his vocals. Even going all the way back to Appetite for Destruction. And what was the other? Lies. I was just not a fan of those vocals. I like the songs, absolutely. I listen to the music, absolutely, but his vocal style just nails on a chalkboard. Overall, I think it's a really good song. I may not be a fan of it necessarily. Personally, I will never put this on a playlist, and I will probably never listen to this song ever again by choice. But no denying, looking at the song objectively, there's some really good things happening there. And even the arrangement, I would dare say, was great. So, yeah, 7.7. I feel good with that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 7.7, which is a really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care. Whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.